So, Hakkinen on pole for the first time in 7 races. Coulthard also on the front row. Barrichello getting the better of Michael Schumacher. Trulli's 5th, ahead of a career best for Zonta, outpacing teammate Villeneuve. Fisichella 8th, then it's Sarlo and Verstappen on row 5, Deniz and De La Rosa 11th and 12th. Then Heidfeld, first of the Prost, alongside the homeboy Wurz. Frentzen blew all his laps too soon. He starts 15th ahead of Herbert and Alesi. A miserable showing for Williams, Button and Ralf Schumacher 18th and 19th. The Minardis of Genet and Mazzacani sandwiched new Jaguar driver Luciano Berti, the Brazilian stepping in for Eddie Irvine, who had to withdraw, suffering abdominal problems. Enjoy the Austrian Grand Prix then with your commentators Martin Brundle, and welcome back Murray Walker.
So look on the left-hand side of the grid, Michael Schumacher, and watch the lights. Now, are you ready? Then we will begin. David Coulthard rolling slightly and gets right up alongside Mika Hakkinen. It's a right-hand turn, the first one. David Coulthard could get through. No, he doesn't. Mika Hakkinen chops across the front of David Coulthard, and that's a Ferrari spinning. That's Barrichello gone through, and I think that's Michael Schumacher. It is Michael Schumacher, Jarno Trulli and Ralf Schumacher, and Michael fingering the clutch levers under the steering wheel, and consternation in the Ferrari garage.
They may well have to red flag this. They can cover it under the safety car. The medical car there that starts at the back of every Grand Prix. Yes, the safety car is out there, not red flagging it. It's the silver Mercedes estate we saw. It's the medical car. World Championship leader Michael Schumacher somehow has kept the engine going in that, and we've got wave yellows all the way around the circuit. A little SC board. Now Michael's stalled there. That's Michael pulling his car back onto the racing line. I wouldn't be at all surprised. He is going to be destroyed when he sees the safety car procedure. He will want a red flag procedure so he can have a restart.
And Giancarlo Fisichella was down there as well, out of the Benetton, but now it's Hakkinen leading, Coulthard second. Sarlo in the Sauber is in 3rd position, and he started 9th on the grid. What is happening? I don't know. That's Fisichella running back, and Schumacher's car is being craned off the track, as is the Benetton. So that is 2 retirements, including the man who is leading the World Championship and will still be doing at the end of this race. But it's the worst possible situation for Michael Schumacher, out of the race with 2 McLarens in the lead, following the safety car. Mika Sarlo 3rd, Pedro de la Rosa and Jos Verstappen are 4th and 5th in the 2 arrows, and somehow or other Johnny Herbert has got up to 6th position, and he started 16th. Martin, here you go.
And Jenson Button is 7th, so in amongst all that carnage, the 2 McLarens got away beautifully. Look, Michael Schumacher comes up the inside and gets a tap from what must be the BAR of Villeneuve, and Schumacher pushed out of the first corner. Zonta, we think, actually ran into him.
I think it was Zonta, yeah.
Yes, and then, of course, you've got a traffic jam. And look, Michael Schumacher somehow, after a very poor start, gets up the inside of Barrichello, but it's going to be Zonta that tags him at the rear and puts him into a spin look. Zonta going too deep into the corner, Barrichello taking to the gravel, as did several others.
Yeah.
And that's why people at the tail end of the field made such huge gains on that first lap.
And one of the people who suffered was Jacques Villeneuve, who was 7th on the grid. He's down to 15th position, because you can see he's having to finagle his way round the side of the stationary Ferrari.
Safety car is in this lap, so the safety car, here we can see another angle, and yes indeed, it is Zonta that does not brake early enough and gives Michael Schumacher quite a firm shove. And at that point, Barrichello's hovering around the outside, wondering whether there'll be any space for him, and he has to go onto the grass, and then it's pandemonium behind them.